Hi cuties, my name is Hanako Kozumi and this is the channel Nerdy Nekoma. Everything here is about Haikyuu chat stories and fanfic. Thanks for joining us today. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. And with that, welcome to today's video. In other words, the bottoms get sick or injured. It features the ships KiyoYachi, IwaOi, AsaNoya and AoFuta, and is overall more on the hard comfort side with a little bit of angst and of course a little bit of fluff sprinkled on top of it. I hope you'll like it. Enjoy! Kyoko watched her girlfriend carefully on their way home from training. This whole time, the younger seemed to have trouble focusing and was even more clumsy than usual, but whenever one would approach her to ask, she would insist that she was fine. She forgot to change the numbers on the board during training more than once. Her usually carefully maintained notes with a lot of attention to detail were lacking, and she stumbled over literally nothing while trying to pick up a ball. In response to everyone's worry, she apologized profusely. That much was normal. Itoka! The taller grabbed the hem of her shirt just in time to prevent the blonde from walking straight onto the street and into traffic. She yelped in surprise and froze for a second, processing what had happened, while Kyoko guided her a few steps aside so that others could pass them. Itoka, what is going on? You haven't been acting like yourself today. Ow! I'm so sorry! Enough with the apologies. It's okay. I'm sure you did nothing wrong. She held the smaller by his shoulders, noticing a slight tremble running through her body. Her eyes were glossy too, and if Kyoko wasn't mistaken, she could have sworn that the pink on her cheeks was darker than usual. Are you sick? Do you feel nauseous or cold or... No, I'm fine. Totally. She shook her head violently. Immediately, Yachi groaned and she staggered, so that she moved her to lean on her side for support. With Yachi this close, she could feel the unusual heat radiating from her and tightened her hold as she slowly guided them to the younger's apartment. Itoka, you feel completely hot. It seems you are getting a fever. Why didn't you tell me? I'm not... The words were mumbled and almost inaudible over the noise of the city around them. You are. Please, love. You need to take this seriously. When they finally arrived at Yachi's home, Kyoko opened the door with Yachi's key and, after kicking off their shoes, carried her girlfriend to the couch. Stay there. I'll make you a tea. No, you're my guest. No, I'm your girlfriend and you're sick, so stay there. She pushed her gently back into the cushions to emphasize her point. Yachi's blush increased at her choice of words, and it was hard to tell if that was a reason for concern or not. Here. She placed the tea on the coffee table beside the blonde. Thank you. Even her voice had gotten a raspy sound to it. Kyoko sighed and kneeled beside her. Why didn't you tell me that you weren't feeling well? I didn't want to be... I still had stuff to do for school and the club. Itoka, yes, all those things are important, but not as important as your health. Please, be more careful when you're not feeling well. You could have gotten seriously injured. I'm sorry. Kyoko leaned closer and kissed her forehead tenderly. Wait, what if you get sick as well? Don't worry about me. She smiled kindly and with so much love reflecting in her expression that it made Yachi's heart beat faster. When is your mom coming home? 1, maybe 2 hours? Okay, I'll just stay until then to make sure that you're alright. You don't have to. I want to. That is, if you don't mind. Yachi shook her head slightly. I don't. It was just 1 second too late. That idiot! Hey, Aikawa, watch out! But instead of reacting to the skateboard rushing in his direction by taking a step to the left side, the safe one, he chose the right, forgetting about the stairs, and slipped. He wasn't even sure at this point if it had been worth dodging the skater in favor of falling down the stairs. Aikawa's pain cry made him shudder, and he immediately rushed over to assess the situation. Luckily, he just fell 3 steps before he somehow managed to stop. Still, this looked far from comfortable. Are you okay? Yeah, totally, Iwa-chan. He put on one of these fake smiles. Of course not. He hissed as he moved. Don't move. It's okay. I'm fine. It's not that. He cried as he attempted to put pressure on his foot and fell again. This time, however, Iwa was fast enough and caught him. Alright, don't be stupid, Trashikawa. Here, let me help you. Aikawa seemed prepared to argue and pout at the nickname, but shut up when the ace suddenly lifted him into his arms bridal style. He carried him through the school grounds, which earned them quite a few looks and made Aikawa blush bright red. Iwaizumi grinned to himself as he saw his usually so teasing and confident boyfriend become a flustered mess in his arms. It was truly a sight to behold, and almost made the embarrassment and weeks of rumors and chatter worth it. He brought him to the nurse's office and placed him on one of the chairs as she went to get some ice after Iwaizumi told her what the injury was. You know, Coach won't be happy that you hurt your foot yet again. It was meant as their usual teasing, but Aikawa looked down, his expression darkening. It doesn't matter anymore anyway. Iwaizumi sighed. And here I thought you wanted to be a professional player. Get your head out of your ass and quit being so fucking pessimistic about everything. This isn't the end of the world, neither the injury nor the fact that we lost. He kept his cheeks. It was really unfair how cute Aikawa could look at him with his eyes glossed over because Iwa tried to cheer him up. He wiped the tears away and caressed his wet cheeks. It's not over. You will do great. I know it. He kissed his forehead and gave in to Aikawa's silent plea for a hug. Asahi was on edge. This whole time, ever since he left the room, and therefore Nishinoya alone in said room, he listened intensely for every ever so silent noise deriving from upstairs. The libero managed to injure himself, not even while training, but while doing something stupid with Tanaka, earning him a fractured bone in his leg, and both of them a lecture from Daichi and Ukai. The thing is, the doctor said Noya was strictly prohibited from leaving the bed for longer periods of time, for at least 1 week. But he obviously didn't consider that Noya's chaotic nature made it impossible to keep him there. Asahi struggled with it ever since he made it his personal task to look after him when he wasn't in school. Noya tried to stop him, said that he was fine on his own, but Asahi knew he wasn't. And in the end, the smaller came to appreciate the oversized teddy bear that was his boyfriend a lot, if not his strict policy of keeping him in bed, and not in the fun kind of way. Asahi managed to get halfway upstairs with a tray of food in hand as the noise echoed from above that he dreaded to hear all this time. God, why Noya? I was this close. He rushed his last steps, lucky that he hadn't spilled anything, and pushed the door open with his elbow. To his surprise, he couldn't find Noya anywhere. Not on the ground or leaning against a wall, and definitely not in bed. Noya... Hey, Sahi! Asahi yelped. The sudden movement caused the fork to fall from the tray, but Noya, who appeared behind him out of nowhere, caught it. You good? He looked at the ace confused. The other was quick to compose himself and finally placed the food on the nightstand. What are you doing out of bed? I had to go and use the bathroom. How did you get there so fast, and what was that noise? The libero crossed his arms over his chest and pouted, as if a little scratch could slow me down. It's not, never mind. Go back to bed. You heard what the doctor said. The taller gave him a stern look, already contemplating if he should just carry him, but Noya gave in with a sigh and let himself fall onto his pillows. Careful! Oh yeah, I forgot how dangerous pillows can be. He laughed at Asahi's expression, a mixture of shock, worry, and confusion. In other words, 100% his gentle giant. Come here, I want cuddles. I made some food. Noya looked at him pleadingly. I assume you can eat it while sitting on my lap. The libero's eyes glowed with excitement and he snuggled closer to Asahi's chest as the ace shifted them into a comfortable position. Hey, Nobu, have you seen my textbook? The mathematics one. I could have sworn I left it here somewhere. Futakuchi walked into the living room where Aone worked on a project for school. They were supposed to study together, but it seemed like he lost his textbook a bit. He looked around without much success and rummaged through the room, but again to no avail. Damn. He sighed, his eyes drifting towards his boyfriend again. Nobu, have you seen it? He asked again, but his words fell on deaf ears. That was odd. Usually, Aone would give him his full attention, turning towards him and looking at the other, or at least give him a sign that he couldn't right now, but this time, nothing. Futakuchi walked up to him from behind the couch, the textbook long forgotten. Hey, Nobu, are you okay? He suddenly sat up when the brunette touched his shoulder, which startled him. The captain staggered backward and lost his balance, landing painfully on his butt and hands as he tried to soften the fall. Aone turned around, alerted by the sound and his eyes widening as he saw his boyfriend on the floor. Quickly he put his books aside and removed the headphones, which Futakuchi didn't notice before, from his ears and got up. He was by his side in seconds. I'm fine. I was just too stupid to notice the headphones and got startled when you sat up so suddenly. He narrowed his eyes a little and looked down. No, it wasn't your fault. Of course not. He groaned a bit when he sat up, and Aone reacted immediately by scooping him up into his arms. Nobu, that is not... He stumbled over his own words as his face took the shade of a vivid sunrise and it felt just as warm. But the middle blocker ignored his stammered explanation as to why this wasn't necessary and gently placed him on the sofa. What hurts? Nothing, really. I just scratched my hands a bit. Futakuchi wasn't done talking before Aone was already inspecting the slightly red tissue on his hands and giving each a gentle kiss. It didn't actually help the warmth on his boyfriend's cheeks to vanish. Thank you. Aone nodded. He was about to get back up to do who knows what, probably calling an ambulance. He was dramatic when it regarded Futakuchi, but the other held him by the hand and pulled him closer to seal their lips in a soft kiss. Thank you for watching till the end. I hope you liked this first part. There will be more, I think about 5 altogether. Yeah, it's more on the fluff and her comfort side, though towards the end of writing some of the other parts I got a bit bored, so I put a bit of angst in there. Anyway, I got inspired by a few other videos. I put them in the description, check them out too. And now I hope you have a wonderful day. Oh, right, if you liked it, please consider leaving a like, and if you don't want to miss out on anything in the future, consider subscribing. And now I hope you have a wonderful and amazing day.
Built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.